Hi guys, you are listening to the Cat with Strength podcast. If you enjoy this show, don't forget to give it a share. Okay, we are live. Episode 15 with the famous
Katie Barry Evans.
Hiya Katie. And we're also joined today by Owen Roberts. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
And it's Owen, isn't it?
Yeah, why, what would you
So
say?
a lot of people call you Owen, and I think it's because of the GOG. Do you know what I mean?
Or Owen.
Oh, I don't like Owen.
No.
No.
O's, Coach O's, King of the North. What else do you go by O's?
Just O's. Owen.
O's.
Nothing really
Owen.
fancy.
Nothing fancy.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You've
It's
taken
nice,
you-
it's nice for him to come to the gym, isn't it?
Yeah, finally turned up. O's is a coach, yeah, but he's always on holiday and we don't see him much, do we?
He's bi-fortnightly.
Yeah.
Is that
It
what
is
they
like
call
that
it?
at the minute, innit?
Bi-fortnightly.
O's part-time.
Busy, innit? Busy.
Yeah, the gym is busy. O's, yeah, it'd be nice to have some coaches working here. But, yeah, thanks for finally coming down.
Mind you, I don't think Cameron comes in as much as Owen either.
No.
So,
To be fair,
you're
you
on a
have
par.
tried to get me in since like October, haven't you?
Lucky me and Katie are here to carry the
Carry the team.
Yeah.
I know all the prices.
That's why my back hurts. It's carrying everyone.
Yeah, I'm mine. So I got bulging discs.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Thanks for coming on. Episode 15, didn't take you too long.
congrats for the weekend.
Thank you.
Turf Games champion number.
6.
I thought he was going to turn up with his big check.
Yeah, where was the big checks
Wouldn't
today?
fit through the door.
No, one of the other boys
Hello.
took it home with him.
All the cash.
No, just like the boards at the end.
Did he not see the reel that he was tagged in?
Yeah.
He basically went around the gym and did lots of different movements, just carried a check.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's
Oh,
funny.
it's
It's funny.
hilarious.
Yeah. I
So
didn't know him, but
funny.
I laughed. Yeah.
What have you spent the money on? New car?
I wish. No.
Good barely if you afford to put the fuel in with that prize money.
No, I know. But it'll hopefully pay for Athens, won't it?
So, winning turf games,
Yeah.
is that what qualifies for the Athens?
No, so all of it is different basically. Turf is just a competition like any other competition. Athens is then different, but I'll be doing Athens on my own, which is going to be
It's tough when you're on your own.
First individual competition in 18 months.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be good or is it going to be a shit show?
I don't know, we'll see.
Just locking in on the training now then?
Yeah, well,
So-
yeah.
Is that what we recorded you for that day?
Yes.
Oh, so if
Yeah.
you've got qualified.
Yeah, so I'm through to
Oh,
that
so
now.
we helped aid towards
Well,
that.
I wouldn't say as far as you've helped, really. You
I literally
changed
took
a couple of
I
plates
put
in
the
bar.
plates on for you.
You helped, didn't you? You filmed it.
Thanks, Jose. I did do my bit. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah,
And
very.
did you count my reps?
I tried to. I probably lost count a few
Yeah,
times.
let's be honest.
Not very good at counting.
but- No. But yeah, regardless, we're there. 18 months' time. No, so... What?
Owen.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. 18 months since you last competed.
Individually, yeah. Last time was Marbella, 2013, was it?
Wow. Why is that time?
2013.
2023, sorry.
Because of
Just last 10 years of your life.
because of recently becoming a dad, is it?
Yeah, just life has just been so busy.
Yeah.
I've done a fair few team things. So, done strength and depth team, did Amsterdam team, another strength and depth team, another strength and depth team, and then obviously turf team.
Am I right in saying this year 4 or 5 competitions so far,
I think it's 5.
and you've podiumed everyone?
Yeah, so 2 first places and 3 third.
That's why they're paying the big bucks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right,
Nice,
innit?
though.
It's all right for part time, isn't
It's
it?
a good record, yeah, for a
Yeah.
part-timer. To be fair, like, the amount of CrossFitters at your level that are actually full-time now,
Oh,
it is a lot. Most of them are.
most of them are, yeah.
Well, if you've got talent, you've just got talent, haven't you?
Well, now it's I'm quite happy I did a lot of what I did before, because not that it wasn't. Everybody now is full time. People literally like leave school or college and they're like, I want to be a CrossFitter, and they just dedicate everything to it.
That.
They don't work, they don't do anything, and then put everything to it, and then they do all the social media side of it, which comes part of it, and then try and make a living like that. Whereas when I was doing it, everybody still had a job.
Yeah.
Even like the top athletes like Rich Froning and them, they more or less had a job. So not that it was easier back then, but it was a little bit easier because everybody was on the same kind of like
Yeah.
ballpark really. Whereas
Yeah.
now you have somebody working 30 hours, somebody training 30 hours.
Yeah, it makes
you
a
know
difference.
which one's going to win, don't you?
How are they managing it though? Like, say I left school now and I had potential to be an elite athlete. How do they manage to
You
do
don't
it full
really
time?
need that much money, really. You just, if you're living at home, you haven't got a really car, which most of them don't. The gym is literally like 5-minute walk, so you don't really need money, just enough to get by. They can get a sponsorship with, or even an ambassador, so that's their food or their drinks, get another clothing on, and then they can just, because how good you can get in a year in CrossFit is just unbelievable. Like, people really think, oh yeah, but you need to be doing it all the time, but the margins you can get in a year. So if you had 1 year off work and just dedicated it, you would just rocket through the ranks.
And you've got some of these athletes with like incredible genetic potential before signing off. Some of them coming from elite sport, like you might be a professional rugby player.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few of them, or American football player in America that goes into CrossFit a bit later, but they've just got that genetic potential.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just going to fly by then, aren't they, really?
So when you say, you know, like you can be an ambassador or whatever, like I've been sponsored on and off for the horse stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't like pay me to live. So
no,
how...
But think back then when you didn't really you didn't have any bills, you lived at home, you don't
like
need
my
it.
life now.
Whereas now, you know, you're an adult now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Married, you know, so you know,
wow,
bills.
Yeah.
Are you an adult?
Oh yeah, I'm married, but I'm not really. No, I'm an overgrown. Well, not really
child.
overgrown.
What?
Yeah. So I suppose if you get your food paid for,
Yeah, you're sorted.
if you're food and fed and clothed, yeah.
And you only need 1 year of it, really.
What to make it big?
You may win one good comp that might pay you 10 grand. That's for a lot of
Well,
people.
so
That's
they
a
do
year's
pay,
wage.
because I was asking Alice about, because she's entered the High Rocks thing, which
Yeah,
obviously
they
is
don't-
different to CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I said, because it was Mike, my other half, that asked me, oh, how much is prize money? Because we obviously trained horses over the years, and you train to win prize money.
Yeah.
But that's what it's about. And I was like searching. I was on High Rocks website. I was like browsing. I was like FAQs, this, that. Where's the money? There
so
isn't.
with High Rocks, you only have money for the top level. So you have 15 events, don't you? I think through the whole year, and then the podium of them always go to the Worlds.
Right.
And then at the end of the year, there's a Worlds. I think last year was in Vegas, but they're the only ones that get paid.
So,
But it's only the top three, and it's 175 grand, I think, for first place. I don't know what it filters down, but they're the only thing that's
so
the
you're
only money.
basically doing High Rocks for nothing.
Or well, a patch to put on your bag
Yeah, well, yeah.
of what country you went and
A
did.
couple
it.
of good Instagram pictures, mind. Like, they're quite good with
The
the
what?
Instagram pictures.
Oh yeah, like on the finish. Yeah, but I mean,
Good though. It's
Yeah.
a good little business. That person who started High
who
Rocks,
started it? Yeah,
he or she has nailed it.
yeah, because it's not really much brain power involved, if that makes sense. I don't mean that offensively, but it's
No,
just,
you just have to do
this
it.
run, this run, this run. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but they've like a lot of things are simple, aren't they? Do you know?
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah, it's very simple, but very
It's very costly though for the average person to do one. Like if you think
Oh yeah,
of
London now. What did Alice spend? £160 or more.
yeah, and then you got to go to London and
Yeah.
then spend a night,
Yeah.
you know, and there's no even chance of getting money from it.
Yeah, it's madness, really.
You gonna do one? I'm gonna do one day.
Are you?
I will when
Well
I
done.
fully retire from CrossFit.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you about this.
Owen doesn't
So-
like to do. Sorry. Owen doesn't like to do anything apart from CrossFit. He's not doing the hike. Not doing it all. Refuses to do it all.
Yeah,
He's not going to max out in Sonny Webster's workshop because
Shout out, Sonny.
Sonny, if you're listening, leave us a review.
Right, so this retirement situation.
yeah.
I've seen someone share before on your story coming out of retirement for the 100th whatever time.
Yeah.
So what's this all about?
I've tried to retire loads of times, but people just keep dragging me back in.
Because you're overwanted.
Well,
too
you've
good.
said it, not me. But also, I think like it's quite hard when you've done something on such an elite level.
Yeah.
There's just something in my head that I just
Oh,
have to
no, I
do it,
agree.
and because I can still do it, I just feel like I still want to do it.
You're a
Do you know
long
what I
time
mean?
retired.
I'm like that with the horses. Like I kind of feel like last year I completed it, but now I just want to go back and do it again.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like
It's a passion.
Yeah.
yeah, and you're just doing it because you like. I hate training. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
But I
sometimes
love
you do get a
competing.
bit feet draggy when you're about to train.
Yeah.
I've noticed that here. You'll
Your
stand
toys do
around
come out the
and-
pram a bit, don't they?
Yeah.
But I do all of it because I
Especially-
love being on the
yeah.
competition floor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially when the music app went down and he was about to train.
Oh, toys out the pram then.
He was like a little princess.
And the main man, Froning's back this year, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yes,
seen that.
apparently, yeah.
It's another reason to get back individual competition this year.
No, I'm not doing many this year. I'm just going to do Athens I'm going to do something at the back end of the year as well. But the main focus is next year then, going into Masters for the first year. And then I want to...
45 years old?
35. And then I want to basically make the games, because...
You're only 35?
Yeah.
Good
What do you mean only? Hold on. What do you mean only?
You're going to do the Open this year then?
I'm going to do it with you guys here.
Yeah, but not...
I'm not going to do it seriously.
Officially.
No.
I was hoping to get...
I'm there, really serious.
Yeah, but you're going to register?
I don't know. I might just judge. It'll be good, isn't it? I can judge.
Well, we were hoping you were
At least
gonna
there'll be somebody that'll be able to
register.
count the reps.
It'd be quite nice in
that's a
cattle
good
strength
point.
to have like one athlete.
Yeah, I said to him, I said, is I was going to sign up under cattle strength or Aylesbury? I would like you to choose cattle strength for once.
I would, yeah. I would.
Because I was like, we've got that now.
Yeah.
But next year, I'll sign up under cattle strength and I'm going to make the games.
Perfect.
So how good is that?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my God,
That's the goal.
2026.
I'm gonna hold you to
So you're going to have
Yeah.
a cattle strength athlete at the CrossFit Games. Masters.
Oh, we could. Where would that be next year?
It'd be something like Arizona, I think.
Oh my God, let's Arizona. We could wear cowboy hats.
Something like that.
Cattle strength on tour. We can ride bulls.
So
Let's
that's
go.
it, anyway.
Let's go back to the start of those. I remember, I known you years now. God, we go back. It's quite a while. I've known you.
More or less when I came here, is it?
Yeah. How many years ago was that? 10?
It'll be 10 in September.
10
10 years, yeah. And I
Is it
remember,
only 10?
Yeah.
That's when I met you as well.
Yeah.
and kind of knew you through Jan, obviously being a Blainer boy. There's not many, well, the population in Blainer's not that big, is it? So
What do you mean?
It's very grey there, isn't it, with all that slate?
I remember Jan telling me about this boy, Owen, quite good at CrossFit, and he showed me a video on his phone. No word of a lie. Local leisure, there's a leisure centre in Blainer, is there?
Yeah.
Local leisure centre, right? Crash mats on the floor, right? But they're like cast iron plates on the bar.
Yeah.
And doing snatches, there goes like 100 kilo snatch back there onto the crash mat. Pair of rugby shorts, Blainer Fastidio rugby shorts.
Up like that.
Yeah, and like a wife beat vest on.
Proper like vest.
Yeah.
We'll have to find that.
And it was just like it. Yeah, we'll have to plug this now with the pod. But
But Owen very kindly took me to hospital once, just
Oh,
to get
yeah.
my shoulder on a block run
brilliant.
back in CrossFit Aber in the old days.
Yeah.
And he took me and my arm was just hanging down.
Oh wow.
It was sad times.
See? Coach
I
and
know.
basically a nurse.
No, you did nothing but drive me there and say, "Are you okay? It'll be fine. It'll be fine."
But you got into CrossFit at an early time before it was even a big thing, really.
Yeah, I think I got into it probably 2012, I think. I didn't do it myself then. It was more, I was watching it. You know, you watch Jason Kalipa, Rich Froning and all them, and they were just standing by a pool. I don't know, everybody's seen the photo, and they're just jacked. And I was like, why are they looking so good and they're so fit? So I just did a bit of research into it. And then Ian was obviously living in Aber. Shout out to Ian.
Ian.
You're
Doing
listening,
shout out.
Jan.
No,
yeah.
they actually watch this. They don't
Yeah.
listen. They watch the
Should give 'em a
YouTube
wave.
video.
Hey, Jan. Hey,
Hi,
Sean.
Shan. Shan. Ian is like Ian, but without the sh.
He was doing CrossFit obviously in Aber, and then every time he came home then we'd go to the leisure centre and do it. But my training was a little bit more like, well, by now it's known as functional bodybuilding. There wasn't a name for it by then, but I was sticking bodybuilding movement in with fitness and doing that. And then all of a sudden just started to do more of it, got into it a little bit more, and I was just doing it back home then. And then the Open came on, and then Ian was like, oh, do you want to come to Aber and do it? And then came to Aber, did it, and you had like people like Johnny Cordy and them there just
Johnny Cordy, shout out.
throwing weights around, and that was it then. Went back home, and then I think it was a year later maybe, I think he got in touch saying that Tom, who owned CrossFit Aberystwyth, wanted me to go down for like an interview and basically work there, because I think he was short on staff. I think Paddy was leaving and Joe was leaving.
I'll be honest, back in those days, Paddy and Joe were like jokers. They were a bit like the me and you here. And Owen was just very serious.
Serious, you know.
You've
Like
definitely-
now as well still.
No, you've definitely, in the past 10 years, mellowed slightly, a bit
I
less
think I've
serious.
had to, haven't I? I've got kids as well now.
Yeah.
Forces you to mellow a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, you definitely have, because he was very strict.
You were coaching. Were you coaching before Atomic, or is that when you first started coaching as well?
So no, I was, funny enough, I actually did engineering in college.
Wow.
Yeah, so left school at 2007, engineering for 2 years, qualified in that, but just absolutely hated every minute of it. So then 2009 then, I got into like fitness and stuff. Did level 2, level 3, level 3 exercise referral and level 4. And then some add-ons like you normally do, you know. And just did it back home then. Yeah, PT, classes, coaching and stuff like that. So that was from 2019 to 2015 I came here. So I already had like 7 years there?
Yeah.
6 years experience. And then obviously a little bit different going into CrossFit because CrossFit was new back then. So
CrossFit Aberystwyth, shout out to CrossFit Aberystwyth. Hell of a place back then, wasn't it?
It was class vibes.
It was good, yeah, really good. The
it was good there.
Yeah. A bit like what you've got here, really, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
you know, massive community, everybody's like
Yeah,
in
we'd
it
have
for each
plenty
other.
of socials and like in-house it was good.
community, isn't it?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, worked there then for, until lockdown. I was still working there in lockdown. But then Micah Catra's got in touch with me then. I was like, you know, we've seen your name on the leaderboard. By this, I'd already competed in a few sanctionals, been abroad, competed with Matt Fraser, you know, Noah Olsen, all these big names. And he was like, oh, do you want to do like a team? I was like, yeah. What do I need to do? You need to relocate to Aylesbury. I was like, oh, right, okay.
It's not far, down the road.
I was like, where's Aylesbury? It's by Oxford. So basically I spent 6 months of the year there basically. And then just trained. And like being in that environment was just so much different because you were just training with like Maddie, Charlotte, Mike and them all the time. And you were just constantly chasing each other, which then my fitness levels just shot up then. And then I think it was that year we made the games then, yeah.
It's incredible. For those who like are new to CrossFit or don't know much about CrossFit, making it to the CrossFit Games in CrossFit as a sport is equivalent to like playing Premier League football or, you know, go to the World Cup in football. It's the highest achievable place you can compete at, isn't it?
Like I was explaining this to somebody not so long ago actually, like, you know, because all you see is on the telly, isn't it? Like on, but when you go there, you register and all this, and you have like your own room with your name on, like a bit like rugby players. They've got their shirt and their name, and it's exactly the same. You know?
Yeah, when you first play like in the Millennium Stadium or something, and they walk in,
And then
Did you take it home with you?
Yeah, I took everything home with me.
Oh,
I made it like a massive thing and was in the middle.
Carlos did that for you, didn't she? Yeah, it was a nice touch.
I love that.
It's right in the lounge.
And then, and even like stuff like when we, because it's
Shout out
different
to
countries.
Yeah, if you're listening, give us a review.
Because it's different countries. It's like you go out in your country, then you walk around the field. And like UK's only small. There was like, I can't remember how many Americans, but it was like the majority of the field was Americans. And then you're all lined up in like a line with your flag in front of you, and then all these fighter jets then come flying over.
Class.
But nobody sees all that, you see, because it's like it's hidden. All you see is the sport on YouTube, innit?
Goosebumps.
Oh, it was mental, and you weren't expecting it either. I was like, what the hell's going on? But no, it's just the experience was surreal, to be honest with you.
Were you the only Welsh one there?
No, Mike was Welsh as well.
Oh yeah.
But that year, me and Mike were the first two Welsh to ever make it to the games.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
since then, Moritz has made it as well.
Yeah.
It's a hell of an achievement.
Yeah. But the goal now is if I can make it back as a master next year, I'll be the only Welsh person to ever make it as a team and an individual.
Oh yeah, that'd be class.
It's a good target.
So goals never end, you see.
No.
Goals never end.
No.
What was a highlight of the games for you? Like, obviously making it there was the main one, but like, is there any standout point moment that like that you can recall?
Yeah. So we had like an event, which it was like a relay event. We didn't know what it was. We were just in the dark going down now. And then David Castro comes up to us and says, do you know the workout? No, we don't, because you haven't told us. Oh, right, this is the workout, blah, blah, blah. Because we didn't know what was going on. So he announced it there and then, warmed up, got onto the floor. So like, you know, in your heats and in your things. So one person would go out, do X amount of calories on the bike, X amount of snatches, then the female, then the male, and the female. So I was like third, and Froning was third as well.
Class.
And then we were head to head, and it's my claim to fame even to this day, is like beating him in that.
In that one bit.
Yeah, that one tiny interval, beating him in that, you know. So that is probably the biggest standout. And then after that, you know, like, it's just something that you'd never thought would happen, because obviously watching him, just standing in the backstage area, just chatting about like life in general. But when you grow up looking at somebody that as inspiration and motivation, and then all of a sudden
You're there.
he's now a competitor.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part, is changing your mindset.
Yeah.
Because you respect them for so long. Not that you don't respect them, but you also have to change your mind and be like, I can beat these people as
Yeah.
well. But if you go in thinking you're not going to beat them, you never will.
Yeah.
So it's having that switch.
Whenever I go to a show and I see like who's there, like people that, like I've done it on and off professionally with the horses, but then like I've not full time with it at all anymore. And I'll go to a show and I'll see who's there and be like, oh god. But then as soon as you like think, no, I have beat these and I will beat them again, your riding is completely different.
Yeah, you're
every time. And
You see in
it's
sport all the time,
mental.
Boxing like stands out to me. You see like these young boxers coming through and they're fighting against idols. Yeah, it's
Well, it's all about mental.
Yeah.
Even like that clean, you know?
Well,
It's
yeah,
all mental.
exactly.
Everything's mental.
Katie hasn't piped down this today so far.
Right, we're not
She hit her
mentioning
pee-
that.
Did you pee yesterday? Yeah.
Oh,
Well done,
right.
Katie.
No, I'm just saying that it's all relevant. Talking about me.
Shout out to all the car strength members hitting their PBs.
Yeah.
But it's also
Everyone
having a
smashed it
team
this
around
week.
you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, even though like a lot of it is mental, like you couldn't do. I always tell people this, even like people I coach and stuff. Like, people will tell you, "Oh, you've done really well on the weekend. You've done really well this. You've done this," but you haven't done it yourself. You
No.
have like a massive team.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
moment that you identify you have a massive team, even the year we went to the games, you sponsored us. So we had you. We had like so many other companies that helped us. Then we had us as a team. Then we had like all their partners. Caris. If it wasn't for Caris, I probably wouldn't be able to do anything, to be honest with you.
Shout out to Caris.
If you're listening.
But the moment that you look at it and think you're a team, then you'll just do so much more. But the moment that you think, oh, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, then you're just going to hit a wall and you're not getting any better. So you just got to identify there's a team.
But it's even the same in training within a team environment as opposed to training on your own. I know, like, I wouldn't be able to do half the things I try to do
Yeah.
if I was just out in the gym, which is why I don't train on my own.
No.
Because I'd just sit there like this. Like, how do you do it? Like that. Thumb twiddling. You know? I would. I'd just sit there and be like...
Yeah, there's a reason you were driving.
Yeah.
What was the drive to yesterday? 4 hours?
Yeah, about 4:30, something like that.
Those girls look class, by the way.
Yeah, they're very
They look
good.
insane.
To be fair, the
I do
girls,
stalk them. They look so fucking fit.
And team is all about girls, to be honest with you. Like, the stronger your girls are, then the better chance you have of
Is
doing
it?
anything. Yeah. Because, like, all men now are kind of, like, similar level.
Yeah.
Whereas with the females, there's only a percentage that is
Yeah,
like
that are
there, and then everybody
insanely
else is
strong.
here.
Yeah.
So if you can find like two
Like a
strong
Manuela.
girls, then you're laughing basically.
Shout out Manuela if you're listening.
Oh, Bled. You know, you spoke about Caris there. How are you finding like balancing training, CrossFit, life, parenting,
Coaching.
Yeah.
coaching? Yeah, you've got a lot on your plate, to be fair.
Yeah, now it's really hard. To be fair, like I said, without her, I probably wouldn't do anything really. She's so supportive, and like she's always been like my biggest fan from the start, you know. But now, like with 2 kids, trying to train, I was telling the guys on the weekend, I train about 45 minutes a day at the minute, and they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, "Yeah, that's all I can do. But it's good 45 minutes, as much as I can within that 45 minutes, and then, you know, go to the house, look after the kids, then work 7-8 hours a day. And also she wants to train as well, so it's trying to have that balance between the two of us. Because obviously, even though I'm competing professionally in it and she's not, it's still respecting each other, and like she still needs to stay fit and healthy, so you've got to be supportive of one another. And plus she's miserable if she doesn't train. Oh my god,
Happy
She's
wife,
so
happy life.
miserable.
No, she's it is really impressive. You spoke about this the other day. We were talking about like where do you think like some athletes go wrong? You know, like there's a lot of athletes out there. You probably follow them on social media, same as I do. They seem to be training all the time, like 6 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week, like just insane, intense training and posting all their workouts, and they're not, you know, doing that well. And you said it's probably because they're not training at the right intensity.
Yeah.
They're just training for the sake of training, and sounds to me like
They're just getting the volume in, aren't they, for the sake of doing the volume. Like, I know a lot of people who train 3 hours, but it's kind of the same at 3 hours. Whereas, like, the top level athletes, they train for 3 hours, but they mobilise for an hour. Then they'll have an hour of intensity, and then they might have an hour of skill. Whereas that's why they're here. Whereas the other people you see who train for 3 hours, they do the same for the 3 hours. And then an hour and a half in, it's just plummeting like this. And then you're finishing that session and your body's kind of like on 60%, and all they know then going into the next session is 60% work rate, because that's the way they finish. They'd be better off maybe splitting into, if you've got the time, doing an hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half in the evening. But also it's the intensity with a lot of people. It's like they're going in and they've got the attitude, I need to do another hour later, so I'm only going to go half-hearted on this. Which is fine if your coach said that. Take that at 80% and then later on take it at 95%. But if they're just going in with the intent of just doing the volume, then they're never really going to
just
push.
Striving to do more just for the sake of doing more.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of quality.
Yeah. It's the same thing, and you see it a lot with running, don't you? Like, people come, you probably get them, they come into the gym, and it's like, oh, you know, my 5k time has never got any quicker. All right, okay. Yeah, I run every day.
Yeah.
But they run every day at the same speed, the same route.
Yeah.
You know, and nothing changes. Do you do any intervals? No. What would you mean? Oh, right, okay. What's your fastest K? Oh, I never tested it. What's your fastest 400 metres? Never tested it.
Yeah.
So if you're not testing all these things, then you're never going to improve, are you?
That's what we measure, we can maintain and improve, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. For example, like, I'll do like a WOD sometimes, and it might have 15 burpees, 15 toes to bar, and 15 power cleans. Well, I know what my best burpee in a minute is, and I know what my worst burpee in a minute is. So I'll tell myself, right, this workout, I'm going to push the burpees and let the other two slack just to get the burpees better, and then going into the barbell on a high intensity. But a lot of people approach a workout with the same mentality, I need to get the fastest possible time. But you might do that workout again and your time might be slower, but there's different stimuluses.
Yeah, of course.
And you have to work the different stimuluses in workouts, because otherwise you won't improve. And you've got to know why that workout buried you that way and why it didn't bury you the other way. But people just want the best time in a WOD.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
Pull the pin out the grenade.
Yeah.
Go for
exactly.
it. And then round 3 they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing, I've watched you compete a few times on YouTube and things like that, and like when I watch you compete, sometimes it looks like you're going slow.
Yeah.
But you're not. You just seem to be so good at pacing, so good at transitions between each movement, and you've obviously like set a target out before the workout starts, how you're going to break each movement up, and you're not wasting any time. Whereas someone next to you might do an unbroken set of toes to bars, but then they'll be like getting the chalk, they'll be tying the laces, and they'll be like...
You know why? Because slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
There we are, see?
There we are. The tagline.
So you've listened to something.
Yeah, I do listen. I actually do listen.
Alice gets coached by O's. Shout out Welsh Dragon Programming. And there's a voice note every now and then, isn't it?
Oh, it's, yeah.
Well done, Alice.
We love listening. I always know.
Smooth.
Yeah. Slow is smooth, as smooth as fast.
Slow is smooth.
Oh, when she first started, right? Like, because she's quite like 100 miles per hour, but she's quite 100 miles per hour, isn't she? Well, if you watch her burpees, she wants to do them fast. So I was just trying to get her to. Oh, you were here when we were trying to slow those burpees down, just to get you step over.
That's still one of my favourite videos. Like grabbing hold of my leg to put it. And he's like, no, not there. Here.
But I always use this as a good example, right? So, like, if you've ever been for like professional swimming lessons with like a professional
swimming coach,
you will never jump into the pool and just swim as fast as you can from A to B. It's like, right, you'll go through, can you rotate your hips? How many strokes are you doing before you breathe? Are you breathing on one side, two side? And then you go through these 5 different phases in order to make sure that you can actually move in the water. And then you'll go from A to B, moving well in the water. And then once you've mastered moving from A to B, then they can apply the speed. But when we're on land, we don't do it the same.
No.
We're like, right, let's just get on that rower and just straight through.
Crank it.
Yeah. Whereas and I remember my swimming coach saying, well, if you apply this into the way you move on land, you'll move way better. And that is what stuck with me for a long time.
Didn't know you were into swimming, did you?
Well, I'm not a great swimmer, I'm not going to lie.
Why did you have a swimming coach?
Because we had to swim, because we've got to swim, don't we?
Oh, yes.
Constantly
Sorry.
functional
actually,
fitness.
I take that back. I've seen you in the pool thing.
First event
Not
in
the
the
swimming
games.
pool.
The infinity pool.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, was it the paddle board when you went to the CrossFit Games?
Yeah, and kayak.
That's bad luck, isn't it? Like, you must have been pissed off when you saw that coming up.
Yeah.
You know,
Kayaking?
Were you pissed off when you saw that? I would have been.
Yeah.
If you ever need a good kayaker, I'm not bad, and I tell you for why.
Oh, shut up.
No, listen to this.
Oh,
Me and Mike went kayaking on honeymoon, right?
And
I'm not joking, I carried us because
he
ended up with all these little blisters on his hands, and I was there, Calistep. You wouldn't have seen me going for it.
On the kayak.
On the kayak, yeah. So if that comes up in the games when I go.
Lessons.
When you make it to the games.
When I make it to the games, lol.
The hardest part is just not knowing what you're going to do, innit?
Yeah.
Anything can come up.
So
really.
Anything. But
it's constantly varied.
Yeah, but anything. Like, there could be a great big wall you've got to climb.
Yeah.
There was one year, there was a OCR course, obstacle course running event, where they climbed up cargo nets and over and stuff like that.
Oh, that'd be quite fun though, wouldn't it?
Like in Dubai, one of the events was they had to run up the Burj Khalifa in a weighted vest.
Yeah.
That's a tall
building.
That's
savage as well.
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah, I wore mats the other day. God, they're heavy.
But that's what CrossFit is, isn't it? It's constantly varied, trying to test you in any manner of fitness to see what you can achieve, what a human body can potentially achieve, isn't it? I think.
It is.
Yeah.
So what's your biggest ick within the fitness industry?
We ask this every week.
Yeah.
Do you ask this to all the guests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
I think so, yeah.
I listened
Mine changes
I
every week.
listened to Sean's on the way to work this morning.
I suppose
Shout
it just
out
changes
Gotland.
with what you see on social media in that week.
Yeah. Like, have you seen this?
Have you seen this? Have you seen this? There's quite a lot of them really though, isn't there? It's hard at the minute. I was speaking to somebody the other day about like social media and fitness. At the minute, it's like, it's all just a highlight reel.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, I like being at Turf Games was actually quite, because there was loads of people there who, when you look at their social media, they look phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, and in incredible shape, and they've got these professional cameras and all that stuff. But then, when they were there, they didn't actually do anything. Do you know what I mean? So, it's just, yeah.
I think that's like that. It's not just like that in fitness. It's like that in everything. It's like that, yeah, in any sport.
Yeah.
It's like that with the horses. Do you know, people have these videos and then you actually see them. You're like, you know.
I always I find it scary. Like, I say having kids, but having a daughter in general. Like, it worries me sometimes. And with Lola with me now, and you know, like you don't know what's real anymore and what's not, and things like that. And I think they should be regular. I'd happily. If social media was banned tomorrow, I don't think it'd be a bad thing.
No. Like your business here would thrive with or without it, wouldn't it? It doesn't make a difference for you, really.
Yeah, I know. But then you still get tied into it. I
think the only time you really need it is if, like, say if you're like a programming company and you operate, like, hard work pays off. They operate worldwide.
Yeah.
Well, without social media, someone like me and you are never going to go on hard work pays off. No. So they need the social media side.
I think it's got its benefits massively.
Oh,
but
it is good in some ways, but
I
it's
wish
also
you could
bad.
bring in a law about, like, I don't know how, you just wouldn't be able to police it, about editing and stuff. Yeah. As in, like, changing what you look like or how you lift. Do you know, anything like that, you know?
But it's even, like, I saw something the other day, actually. It's called an app. It's called, like, Muscle App or something, all right? And it was like, Ronaldo, Messi, The Rock, and a couple of celebs, and they just took in a photo of them and put them into the app, and like it just changed them. They didn't need changing because they're obviously ripped and they're good anyway.
What's the app called?
I can't remember.
We're just gonna have abs by tomorrow.
And I was just like,
I could have done that when I was in the Maldives.
But even when you look at like The Rock these days, is it actually him that you see in that photo, or is it like
well, AI as well is like scary.
So everybody's chasing a physique that isn't even
CrossFit
real.
athletes are a good example of that. Like, I was talking to this with Scott Maynard the other day, and we were talking about Josh Bridges, and like you see pictures of him, like he's always, you know, really good pictures of him, like he's tank, isn't he? And then I saw a picture of him with Scott the other day, and Scott's small. He won't mind me saying this. You know, Scott's quite small, but small. He's short, and Scott's taller than him.
Yeah,
and I was like,
they're not big at all.
No, and I was like,
you're quite tall then for a CrossFitter.
Yeah, what do you mean? I'm tall anyway.
Got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
No, a lot of them. Like, I think the average height to be really good is like 5'8", and I think it's 87 kilos. And
see, 5'8" is not tall, is it?
No.
It's quite cool seeing like, you know, your Fikowskis of the world and these people who...
Yeah, so in the last 3 years, it has kind of gone a little bit towards the taller athlete. So definitely until at least 2021, I'd say, it was 5'8", 87 kilos.
It's because the workouts were simpler, more barbell based.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Now it's more like, oh, let's do more machines. And then all of a sudden it favours the taller person. Let's do more heavy barbell favours. There's only so much gymnastics you can do without it looking stupid, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You know, what?
So what about these double crossover things? What do you feel about that? No. Thank God you think that. You came in one Saturday and said, right, today, guys, we're going to do double crossovers. I'd be like, I'm out.
I think the problem with CrossFit is they try and make it too complicated.
Yeah.
They just need to stick to the basics and do the basics well.
Yeah.
Like,
because there's single leg toes to bar.
Yeah.
I find that easier.
I use them as a drill to help people get toes to bar.
Yeah, I find them quite easy.
Yeah.
Easier than proper toes to bar. Yeah. Well, I would try with you. I'd love to see you try and do that. You're quite mobile now, aren't you?
I'm getting better, yeah.
Doing
my mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45 minutes a day. So if anyone's listening...
Wants to impress Sunny in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, that's why he's doing it.
Yeah. And Ian.
He's doing it as well?
No, Ian pays for it.
Oh.
Yeah, I did it with him last Friday.
Webster's, was it Mobility Manual?
Yeah, mobility.
Yeah.
Mobility.
Can't believe Sonny Webster's coming to the gym.
That's good, though.
Are you coming for it?
I'm coming for it. Yeah, I'm not maxing out my clean.
Why are you refusing? It's going to be a good vibe. There's a whole point
It'll
to the
be
end.
like 5 days after Athens, and my body will probably be in bits.
Guess who else is coming?
Who?
All the turtles.
Oh my God.
Shout out turtles if you're listening. They're excited for your episode. They told me.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think we should do an episode with the turtles. Dave, can we get some more mics in it for that one?
Yeah.
We're going to have like...
I'm not in that
Rhys
one.
and 5 girls.
I know.
I know. Yeah.
No, I'll have a pass on that one. But thanks for the offer.
I've got my own podcast.
Dave, can we sort that out?
Program.
We'll do it. We'll do a turtles episode.
This is an exclusive.
Oh my God.
What advice would you give, you know, someone who wants to not just improve their fitness, but, you know, really try and push from a performance background to really try and make it in CrossFit to the next level?
So are they like a beginner and starting, or
nah? You know, you say you've been
through
3 years into CrossFit, doing quite well. What would you advise to focus on, like work on?
I think you definitely need a coach. You know,
I agree with that.
100%. Like, if I didn't have a coach until later. I did a lot, but like I said, I was in it early, and like people were
different time.
Yeah, now it's full time. You know, so
Who is your coach?
Owen Jones.
Oh, from Aylesbury.
Yeah.
Shout out, Owen.
Yeah. But you definitely need a coach, just because like you'll do stuff that you don't want to do, and unfortunately you have to do that. Like if it was up to me, I'd be doing power clean and bench press every day.
Good.
Yeah. But you need a coach, and once you have a coach, it's just being honest with your coach as well. So say if you can't do something, or the volume's too much, or whatever, then you speak backwards and forwards, and having that relationship with them to know, because that's the only way you're going to progress. And also identifying that the more people you have around you, like I said earlier, building a team, the more chance you have of progressing. If you're just going to be in a garage gym for the rest of your life on your own doing EMOMs, it's going to get you to a certain point, but it's not going to get you to the competitive level. So you need to like go to other gyms, train with people who are the same. Because I read something the other day, actually, I posted on my Instagram about like average. Don't know if you've seen it by Chris Bodum.
I feel like I'm Owen's biggest fan. I've seen everything.
It was about like everybody's thriving to be average, but if average is where it is now, nobody's actually going to go any further than average. People are going to get to average, and everybody's going to stop here. So if you think of a team, you go running with 4 people, you never run at the fastest person, you run at the slowest person in the team. So then the standard from the first person comes down to the last person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the average gets lower rather than higher. So that's why you need to kind of like go into other people who are better than you, and then you're the weakest person in that group. So then the line is always getting higher.
That's why I like training with people that are way better than me.
Yeah,
like
because you're going to get better.
Yeah, like what's the point? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I remember I 7 years ago, I got called to train with the Ospreys. Way out my depth. Like, I wasn't good enough, but way out my depth. First training session, we were doing line outs, and they were so good and so efficient, and I just wasn't, you could tell, like, I wasn't happy. My body language probably said, like, I'm not good enough to be. And then Joe Bierman, shout out Joe Bierman, pulled me to the side, and he was like, oh, listen, the more you train with top tier players, the better you're going to be.
Yeah.
And it's 100%
Yeah.
true. Like, any level.
Yeah.
And yeah, every person needs a coach, no matter how good you are. Like Olympic athletes, all coached. Like,
Everybody has.
Yeah, everybody.
Michael
And-
Phelps has got a swimming coach.
Yeah.
It's like, I heard a good one, like, you probably hear it a lot here. Oh, I'm not going to come to the gym, or I'm not going to have a coach until I'm fitter. That's like saying, I'm going to try and fix the engine on my car first, and then when I fail, I'll bring it to the mechanic. You don't do that, do you?
Yeah.
You just take it to the mechanic.
Unless you've done 2 years engineering after school, then you might.
I still wouldn't bother.
I wouldn't trust you to fix my engine, let me tell you.
No, we can't even work the coffee machine.
Yeah.
You ask Harris, I'm the most unhandy person in the world. I'm useless.
Name 5 parts of an engine, then, knows for me.
Fuck, no, don't ask me.
Come on, with your engineering.
I know it's an engine
Head
and it goes.
gasket.
Yeah. No, don't help him. 5 parts to an engine. This is Owen official.
No.
I bet he's looking at me there. He's like, "What's the head gasket?"
I was like, shit.
No, but he's done engineering. That's different to a mechanics.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Of course it
is.
is.
Because my dad's an engineer. He can't even bloody sort the car.
Surely,
out.
if you do an engineering degree, there's elements of it that we'll talk about in
No,
engineering.
engineer is totally different to a mechanic.
Yeah.
Dave?
Completely.
There is mechanical
Yeah,
engineering
but
as
you
part
just
of
did.
the course. Yeah.
But did you just do engineering?
I did mechanical engineering.
Oh,
as well. But bear in mind, this is like, how long ago is this? 16 years ago? Longer?
Jesus.
Yeah, so.
You like your cars, oh? You can hear Owen coming from miles away with that.
Well, what car have we got?
No, I'm
a
in
Cupra.
I'm in
He's
the
got a
Fords
Cupra.
today.
Is that a Cupra from Entra?
No, it's a Cupra Ateca.
Fast.
Is
I
it?
wouldn't say I like my car. It's nice driving a nice car, actually, but I wouldn't like go out my way to
I wish
buy
I
a
had
really
Mike's
nice
car today to
He's
show
got
Owen.
bucket seats and everything.
You know the Ute.
The Ute. Katie's been turning up to the gym in I don't know what you call it.
It's an
Oh, the
05
blue one.
Volkswagen Caddy.
I've seen that.
And so apparently it's cool.
You know, like these Australian hitchhikers that get picked up by like murderers.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what
like
they
that.
drive. Yeah.
That's the vibe of it.
No, it's the type that you'd be like, check the boards in the back, mate. Again, down the zip.
Yeah, just jump in the back, mate. I'll take you for a spin there.
Oh, very good. So you're in Saturday, so you're having double dose of me this week.
Yeah.
It's exciting for you.
That's going to be good, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm here for 2 hours. on
New block
Saturday.
starting next week. Oh, this podcast will be delayed.
Yeah.
It's probably new block will be finishing this week. 'Cause we'll be, for the time this.
By the time this is released, we'll be into week 3 of the games, will we?
The Open.
Open, sorry, not the games, the Open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the
Okay,
open.
You'd
yeah.
be flying then.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, and last week I had 50 straight double unders. Went
Unbroken.
went with Rhys on Monday. He said, right, we'll try and meet each other's reps. Whoever doesn't beat each other, 1 toast to bar. I couldn't even string 10 together. Could I?
Pressure that was.
Couldn't even skip. Couldn't single skip.
Yeah. Stressing them.
Yeah.
What do you think there'd be any surprises in the open
Yeah.
this year or same
Yeah,
as
have you got
usual?
any tips for the games?
They
the
normally
opens?
release the similar stuff, don't they? Really,
it?
they'll open up with a simple workout like dumbbell,
Burpee over dumbbell.
Yeah,
Thruster.
something like that. Maybe even a box jump or burpee box jump over. They'll probably keep it simple, and then they'll go a little bit harder. They'll chuck in.
Do you think there will be some double unders?
There's every year double unders.
And then
Some kind of
Rhys
gymnastics.
is convinced there'll be no rope climbs.
No, there won't be.
Okay, there we go. It's all good.
Yeah, I told the girls this, and they were like, "Oh, the
No.
ropes aren't long enough to do." They're not fucking defined.
That was Eden Fitz.
Unless they're
Thank
going to
you.
the semi-finals, I wouldn't bother.
I know.
So you're going to be fine.
It was Alice that was concerned about that.
No, she's going to be
And
fine.
then I voiced my opinion.
I don't think you'll even. You might get you might get a CV. Like recently, they've like made them quite
Yeah. The last CV one I remember doing was the big chipper, the 50 cal roll.
shuttle
and
runs.
stuff.
You might get shuttle runs.
Yeah.
So like, but you've got enough space for that.
It's a pain in the ass to space, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the
Pain in the
last
ass
week,
to measure, isn't it? Because we're not very good at measuring.
they'll throw maybe rings. You might ring muscle ups
Yeah.
in the last week
Oh,
probably.
Fine with them, yeah.
That will be and bar muscle ups, but you've got enough. Other than that, you got everything.
So you're just going to come and judge. You're not going to participate.
I'm going to do the
He's
workout.
doing
yeah.
it.
I'm going to do the workout just because.
Scaled version, though, yeah. Is it?
Yeah, this year.
Watch the table, Rhys.
Sorry, Dave gets angry every time I hit the table.
Dave's piping up this week.
Nah, I've got to say, thank you so much for coming on, and we've got to say it's we're very lucky to have you as a coach here in Car Strength. There's not
When
many
he
gyms.
turns up.
When he turns up, there's not many gyms that can say they've got an elite level coach who's been to the games, and it's such a good role model for the sport and coaching. In
all seriousness, I do banter you, but you are good. You are very good.
Thank you.
And if you ever get a good or very good from Owen, you've done really well.
You've done all right then, haven't you? Because there's not many compliments going out, really.
No, you're savage.
Yeah.
Any parting comments, anything you'd like to plug?
Well, do you know what? I really enjoy coaching you when I'm here, to be fair. Now, the gym's awesome. Really, really good, to be fair. Probably one of the best gyms around the UK, to be honest with you.
The UK?
Yeah. Like, the size and, like, everything you've got. The floor space, the rig.
The coffee.
Shout
out Bam Day if you're listening.
But no, everything is,
Where can people find you?
So I've got 2 accounts. Instagram, Owen Robs, and then obviously my business is Welsh Dragon Programming.
So if you want to get coached by us personally, look up WDP on the t-shirt. Welsh Dragon Programming. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ciao, guys. Ciao.
Diolch.